Hello and welcome to today's live coverage of the Gale 1 launch. This will be the very first time that the Gale 1 will be launching from Israel, and currently is likely the only time that this will ever happen. Launch is scheduled at 10:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Stand by for more coverage. The Gale 1 launching vehicle here is a SSTO. It will be the first time ever that Israel will be flying on board a SSTO. The Gale Launch Services has been given a contract from us to launch the first next generation of the ScanSat satellites to low Earth orbit. Now, of course, we are fully aware of the ScanSat services, and we are fully aware of the launch failure that Gale 1 has recently had on in its third flight test. However, we think that Gale is indeed a ready launcher and might be able to handle the satellite flying today. Unlike most other satellites of ours, the Gale 1 will be launching it to the right, not the left. This will be the very first of our satellites to be launched in such a direction. As a result of this sudden change in movement, the Gale 1 rocket, as a result of this sudden event, the satellite ScanSat 7 has been equipped with RCS and a ion engine. The launch of the ScanSat mission will mark the first of its kind. There you can see the launch clamps have retracted. This is a good sign. You're now at T-minus 2 minutes. T-minus 1 minute. Everything seems good and ready for launch. Three, two, one. We have liftoff on the Gale 1 rocket. Further entrusting the Israel movement. Gale 1 is the next generation of satellites, or is the next generation of satellite to transport. The Gale 1 probe is able to, or the Gale 1 rocket is able to come back down from a low Earth orbit as one whole rocket, if of course the flight is successful. There have been times where the Gale 1 has failed to land, has failed to reach orbit, and has failed to survive. We are currently at T plus 1 minute into flight. Everything is looking good so far. Hello, if you're now joining us here, we have already had our launch. We are now just getting ready for a stabilized stage 1 shutoff. And we have Famiko. This will be a pretty short coast phase. Yeah. So the Gale 1 rocket is just going to be coasting until it reaches the edge of space, where it will then need to perform another move. Orbital insertion. Now this is a kind of hard part for the SSTO. Looks like it's able to do it pretty nicely, though. And it has reached orbit. Oh my gosh. Yes. The Gale 1 has completed a deorbit burn on time. The Gale 1 satellite itself is in a stable orbit for it. Everything is looking good so far. T plus 5 minutes into flight. The Gale 1 is now getting ready to complete a a re-entry burn. This is gonna be fun. And there it is, the re-entry burn start. Alrighty. Looks like we are getting ready for the landing burn here pretty soon. Landing burn startup. There we have confirmation. The landing burn has started. Landing legs deployed. All eyes are currently on the Gale 1 rocket. As it begins to attempt a landing burn. Somewhat of a hard landing there, but besides that, engines are fine. It should be a-okay. We have a successful mission. What's this? Eight minutes after launch. Beautiful. This will conclude today's webcast. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.